Fousey situation is sad. That's also
We're in a very perplexing pickle here, because I'm the gladiator of goofiness, the savant of silly, so anytime there's a weird
savant
situation that's a bit wacky,
as a what?
people update me on it, and usually I'll giggle about it, maybe I'll make something covering it. But now, today, there's something that a lot of people seem to think is a really humorous, silly situation when I don't view it that way at all.
It is not.
In fact, I view it as an extremely sad,
It's
distressing
about that
situation.
Fousey.
It's everything that's been happening with FouseyTube. If you're like me
And
with
what
gray
happened
hairs
to
in your
him
beard,
again?
that name might ring a little bell in your cobweb-covered brain because it's a name that's as old as YouTube itself, really. He was around a long time ago doing pranks and all kinds of shit, and he was a big name back then. But he had a mental health meltdown that kind of caused him to step away from content creation for a while to work on himself and try and
And
better
he's on
his
some
actual
stairs or
life away from
something.
the internet. And now he's come back as an IRL live streamer, broadcasting pretty much every waking moment of his life on camera.
He's involved
And
with
it is
some
probably the worst thing that
girls.
could have possibly happened to him. His streams blew up. He got all of the clout he'd ever
They have
dreamed of.
some sex or something like that.
Immediately became corrupted and poisoned by it. His broadcast went from the beginning being pretty wholesome and community-driven, like fun stuff from what I recall when he first came back. It was actually kind of cool to root for like an OG YouTuber stepping into a different ballpark, and he seemed like he was in a much better headspace. But then his numbers kept
And
going
then
up.
what happened?
And as those numbers kept climbing, so too did his ego, until he reached his absolute boiling point and crossed the event horizon of maximal douchebaggery. He became his own worst enemy. He would insult people if they were poor. His main insult was about people's financial status and well-being. He became completely corrupted by clout. He was like Gollum, with the one ring ruining his mind. That was FouseyTube's precious attention. And as his mental health deteriorated, his online presence was only bolstered. People kept tuning in to see what wild thing was going to happen next. What kind of incredible, loud rant is Fousey going to go on next? Just encouraging this downward spiral as people shoved popcorn in their face gluttonously, consuming a man's mental health meltdown on stream.
That's quite imagination.
It started reaching its boiling point about 2 weeks ago. While on stream, FouseyTube was at an airport and met a woman.
The airport situation.
Clearly super drunk. She was hammered. And the two got to talking, and eventually she revealed that she was actually a victim of human trafficking at one point in her life. And how did FouseyTube respond to that information? By apparently having sex with her in the airport bathroom.
Yep.
He came back on stream after like a 10-minute break, giddy. And
there is nothing wrong with it.
Yep. How he just joined the Mile High Club. Well, not exactly the Mile High Club because they were still at the airport, but you know, we just fucking boinked in the toilets over there. And he was so pleased, and then his community turned on him. They were like, wow, that's actually extremely fucked up. She's super drunk, and she also just confided in you that she was the victim of human trafficking. How could you have done this, Fousey? You just took advantage of this woman. This is really degenerate, unforgivable shit. So then he very quickly tried to like play it off as a joke. And
is it morally wrong to?
Not real, didn't actually happen.
That's a real question.
Timeless classic prank. Get pranked. Epic style prank, not real, didn't actually do that. When it seems like that's exactly what happened, and this is like Twitter in a nutshell with absolute unhinged lunacy. I did see some people defending this by saying, yeah, but he also raised money for her, so he should have been allowed to have sex with her anyway.
That's
so
not
that big of a deal. What they're referring to is he asked his community to donate to her, and they raised like $2,500 for her. And that's apparently an excuse for having sex with an extremely drunk woman who also had just confided in you that
that's a brand attack.
It's so alarming seeing people try and
what's wrong with it.
That is concerning. Like, that is just downright fucking alarming. But anyway, FouseyTube did face backlash for that, but it actually only made him even more popular because it put FouseyTube's mental health on a bigger stage for more people to see. So more spectators funneled in to watch the train wreck unfold every single day because he was broadcasting fucking 24/7 basically. A lot of people just kept coming in to point and laugh at the freak show. Look at this crazy guy doing crazy shit. Everyone come watch and laugh at this guy who broadcasts a very serious mental illness, and as it continues to only get worse. Ha ha. And last night, he ended up getting arrested on stream. I don't even know where to begin with this stream. I actually watched like the last 2
Yeah,
hours of
still.
it because even before that, things were looking really
Yes,
bad.
stream
Fousey had
sniping or
assaulted 2
something.
people earlier in the stream last night after they had only lightly bruised his ego over very minor things. He
Oh,
had
okay.
been yelling and insulting a ton of
Yes.
people. It was looking really bad. He legitimately looked like he was
Can
a
we have
danger
a
to not only himself
bipolar or
but
something?
others. There was also some unlovable, kissless virgin, loser, turbo, insufferable asshole troll that was calling and harassing FouseyTube's family and threatening their life, threatening his life, which of
But
course
why
only
though?
continued to push Fousey down this path. The troll was like threatening his family, threatening Fousey, which only made
Okay,
everything
this is
significantly
going too
worse,
far.
obviously. He ended up getting kicked out of an Airbnb and then checking into a hotel where he had a manic episode again and ended up calling the police. And he basically swatted himself.
The fucking questions, send the fucking cops. Send the cops. There's a gun to my head right now. There's a gun to my head. Help, ma'am, he left. Ma'am, he left. There's a gun to my head. Help, get them. Help, ma'am, Intercontinental, what's my room number? Help, tell me. 2020.
He spent like the last 45 minutes of the stream in a
He went in chat.
panic state where he was very afraid of that troll who was making threats against his family and himself. And he ended up calling the police, hoping that they could go arrest him and take him away to try and, fix this whole situation. And it was only made worse because the troll kept pushing him. Like earlier in the stream, Fousey had apparently like fallen in love with this girl and she had like broke up with him, and the troll took credit for it, claiming that he had actually planted that girl there so Fousey would fall in love with her and then she'd break his heart. So he mentions that multiple times in the last 45 minutes because he truly believed that that girl he met was a fucking plant from this troll
Really?
who's controlling
Okay,
every aspect of his life now. Even the girl he had fallen in love with was actually on the
After I got to
troll's
him.
payroll, working for him in order to hurt Fousey. So it was this just very, very sad thing to watch unfold. And the police respond, obviously. He called them and said that, his life was in danger. There was a fucking gun to his head, so the police do actually show up.
He's a stalker.
Okay, and who is this guy?
I don't fucking know.
So how do you want us to look for him if you don't know where he is?
I have his address.
What is his address?
I said grab my security 20 minutes ago. You guys are dumb as fuck, man. You guys are literally dumb as fuck.
There's conflicting information on if it's an actual arrest or if they're just detaining him because he is having this mental health episode. He was yelling and screaming at them and saying a bunch of things that obviously didn't make much sense. So,
To protect
because he was
himself,
so
I
irate
guess.
and so deeply disturbed, it seems like the cops arrested him and detained him. And I truly believe that that was actually for the best. I think if this stream continued, he would have ended up hurting himself or somebody. He was in a very intense, very manic state that could have ended very poorly. I watched this all happen live in real time, and there was nothing entertaining about it. People were losing their mind about how entertaining it was. W-stream, this shit is amazing. Because
What?
there's such a disconnect from the internet, like the normal internet spectator live stream viewer, and reality. What you are watching is a very real person. FouseyTube is a real human being
This is
having
making fun of
an
him
actual mental health
and doing
breakdown,
many
a
episodes.
complete collapse of mental health. And people are just celebrating it and can't wait for him to come back and are praying that he doesn't take medication. He also mentioned during his stream that he hasn't been taking any of his mental health medication for the
What
last 2
kind
days.
of
He
psychopath?
apparently not slept for 2 days either, and people love it. People can't wait for more of it, and I just find that so fucking sad. I really do. I don't think there's anything goofy about it. Fousey is unfortunately not only being encouraged by his audience that's treating him like some kind of circus show, he's also being encouraged by
He
other
is a
streamers
mental
in the
health.
real world that keep patting him on the ass and pushing him to keep doing this kind of shit. He is surrounded by parasites, these fucking leeches that are latching on to Fousey's ass like a goddamn hemorrhoid in order to suckle some clout out from under him. So he's blown up from all of this. So a lot of other streamers have started trying to be all buddy-buddy with him, like, hey, we're such good pals, Fousey, you're doing great, let me in your content. So they keep forcing themselves into Fousey's life so they can broadcast themselves to promote themselves through him, without ever actually caring about him as a friend. No one is actually helping him get what he needs. He is clearly going through a legitimate mental health crisis. Fousey has been very open and honest in the past about the mental health struggles that he has. He has legitimate mental illness. And nobody around him seems to care. They only care that he keeps bringing in big numbers, which help them. There was a moment right before he was arrested where Aiden Ross called him and told him to like calm down and go to sleep. And that is more than a lot of other people in his life have done for him, but that is still like the bare minimum. Like that is like very easy to do stuff. That's not help Fousey needs. What he needs is someone that's willing to do the hard stuff. Turn his fucking stream off. Take his phone away. Take his camera away. He needs to be disconnected from the internet, and he actually needs legitimate professional help. That's the hard thing that no one's willing to do, but it's what he needs. That is 100%.
Doesn't the police automatically test this, or
But no one does it.
they have to do it willingly?
There are a couple people, it wasn't just Aiden, that are like, hey, Fousey, just calm down, go to bed, it's not that big of a deal. But he's not going to do that. He is in a actual manic state. He's not just going to stop and go to sleep because you asked him nicely. You need someone that is actually caring about him.
You actually call police, right?
And get him to where he needs to go, to a professional. And also, a lot of other people pointed this out too. The platforms can also do something. Kick could have absolutely suspended the stream. They could have, and that would have been an invaluable help to him. But they don't, because he brings in so many viewers and so much attention.
It's the
That's
money,
what the world
so
seems to run on these days. So all the people in his life and everything and everyone around him,
I'm not sure if you
just
blame
a yes
Kick
man
for this,
that encourages this destructive
and
behavior.
my personal
And it's only
responsibility.
going to get worse if he's allowed to keep doing this without
It
anyone
depends on
actually
how
stepping
many
up to help him. I
hours
think it is fucking
stream is on.
So I don't think it's goofy. I don't think it's silly. I wanted to briefly talk about it because I keep getting asked about
I
it.
believe
because so
Twitch
many
will
people
do the
seem to
same
think that it is
thing.
goofy and silly. And I just completely disagree. So I
Yeah,
just
they were
wanted to
doing
talk about
that.
this a little bit. That's really about it.
Speak up with them.